Welcome to Maximum Overload Podcast. I'm your host, G. Holloman. On this podcast, we take you inside small businesses to give you insight on how, what it takes, and where they're at currently. If you appreciate the content, hit the like button. Deny me if you wish, hit the dislike button. Both support the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Maximum Overload Podcast. I'm G. Holloman. Before we get into it, hit the like button or hit the dislike button. That's a way you can participate when watching the show. And I will give it to my special guests and let them introduce themselves and where you can find them on social media.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jessica Vegas. My friends call me Jess. I am a photographer based in Dunedin, Florida. Jess Vegas Photography. I am a branding and boudoir photographer. I am also an events coordinator. I have a second business, the Girl Gang Pinellas, where I organize large and small events for the women in our small business community.
Where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on the Instagram.
Thanks, Poetry.
Yeah, of course, I got you. What are your Instagram handles?
My Instagram handles are Jess Vegas Photography, or you can find me at JVP_boudoir, or you can find me at girlgang.pinellas.
Hi, my name is Poetry Vegas. I own Digital Duckling, which is a social media agency. I also make graphic design. And you can find me on Instagram at digital.duckling. And then you can also find me on Facebook at Po Vegas. And
What about your website?
my website is digitalduckling.co.
What sparked your interest on photography in general? And then go into how and where you got the idea to turn it into a business.
Well, I grew up with, my father was an amateur photographer, so I grew up with a camera in my face for as long as I can remember. When I was 13, I borrowed his little point-and-shoot 35mm Yoshika, and I went to the 96 ticker tape parade in Manhattan when the Yankees won the World Series. It was such an incredible moment. I've never experienced anything like that. And then just being there and taking all the photos and just that feeling in the moment, and then going and getting the film developed and seeing what I took that day, that was the first time I ever heard the calling for photography. So I pretty much basically have been taking pictures since then, and then this one was born. And I mean, from the moment that she was born, I was taking pictures of her. She's been probably my greatest muse. I did fine art for a while. I also did weddings, like really, really big weddings, like almost 1,000 people, Palestinian weddings. The cultures and the traditions were so incredible. I've never seen anything like that before. But you're dealing with so many pictures. After a wedding, you have like 10,000 images to go through. And it was just too much. And there was really, it's like a wedding is a long day, and people are basically rushing from one thing to the next. And it's just very stressful. And sometimes I would feel like I was very disconnected from my subject. So like you're running to like, okay, we have to get pictures with mom, dad, brothers, cousins, aunties step in, like step out, uncles, like, cousins getting it. It was just, there's not a lot of moments where you're actually present for the bride and groom, for anybody involved, let alone the photographer. It's just like run. So I decided that if I was going to really do photography, because I was in New Jersey, that's when I was doing wedding photography, and then we came here. I had about a 3-year hiatus probably where I didn't pick up my camera at all. When I picked it up again, I decided I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it, and I just want to work with women one-on-one, and I want to make them feel good about themselves, because we wake up, for some reason, every single woman wakes up and we're instantly critical of ourselves because we get in front of a mirror. We start brushing our teeth. And this is wrong. We need Botox over here. Like, I look like crap. I feel like you know, like my teeth need to be like there's always something wrong with us. So I wanted to create an opportunity with photography so that women can just take an hour or two and just feel enough and feel beautiful. And maybe we take some pictures of your business and we figure out like how can we make those pictures make you money. Or how about we just take a really, really beautiful picture of you in nature or of your body, and then you can carry that with you for the rest of your life. But yeah, I don't know why we're like that.
It's a societal thing, I feel. I feel like there's so much societal pressure for us to always be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even when we feel like we look perfect, there's still something someone can comment on or speak on. So it just like ruins your self-confidence.
But getting older is tough too.
Yeah, that's
For a
whole
woman
other-
or a
For
man?
a woman,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure with men there comes a point where it's like you can't physically do some of the things that you used to be able to do. Like maybe you used to be able to jump up on the roof and like go fix some things, or like, you know, go up on the gutters and do whatever, that you feel like you can't do that anymore. But I do feel appearance-wise, men generally are comfortable with themselves aging, right? Like they don't think about the gray hairs and the fine lines as much, right?
I agree with you.
Like poetry, do you feel like that's something like as that maybe your generation is dealing with a little better than the previous ones as far as like self-acceptance?
Yes and no. I feel like it's shown to us in a different way, maybe. Like previous generations, it was more movies, you know, like you would look at these beautiful women in movies or on magazines, and I feel like that's where a lot of it stems from, of like that, oh, that's what beauty looks like, that's what I have to look like. And now we have social media, and so a lot of the times we'll see, you know, models on Instagram or TikTok, and I feel like you still do get that thought of like, I wish I looked like that,
Yeah.
or why don't I look like that? But
A lot of times they don't look like that.
yeah, everything on, you know, online, most of it's fake. It's, you know, people trying to portray themselves as perfect when that's not what life is. But we don't really think about that all the time. We just see it as it is. But I do think that, you know, there is a new movement of, you know, body positivity and just accepting yourself and loving yourself as who you are. And I like and appreciate that a lot.
Nice.
You're just talking about social media, how the girls are under pressure and they see these girls on social media. So, and they think they have to look like that because those are the girls who get all the attention. So when you say NPCs are going to NPC, it's like they're just going to follow the trend.
Oh.
So even if the girl doesn't believe in that, they see that girl getting all the attention and they feel they got to thought it up. You know, they call it TikTok.
Pick thought.
I actually haven't heard that
Wow.
one.
Yeah,
I've never
so-
heard that one.
That's shout out to
that's clever.
CJA on that one. Yeah. Who was your biggest support when you had the vision to turn your photography into a business? It could be a family member or a close friend, but who was the biggest support that you had?
I mean, poetry was definitely, she was a huge support. And then my most previous partner, Jeff, him and I were together for 7 years. We broke up in February. He moved out in March, but I mean, that man is my best friend and he'll always be my best friend. And I wouldn't have anything that I have today had it not been for him. He was the first person to say that, like, he really believed in me and he never pushed me to do anything, but he was always right behind me. Like, absolutely, you got this. Even when, you know, because I am a boudoir photographer, and sometimes I would get a little, you know, I would maybe want to post a photo of myself in a you know,
Yeah, lingerie.
lingerie and sometimes less, but I would always check in with him and make sure, you know, hey, is it okay that I post something like this? And he was always my biggest supporter. Like, absolutely, post that. I'm going to be in the comments. So it was definitely between him and poetry. They are the reasons for my success. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to add to that because I've started my own business as well, and not a lot of family, sometimes family don't see your vision and they don't support when you need it, but they don't necessarily, how can I say this? They don't necessarily know that they have to support you when you're starting up. Does that make any sense? Or
Yeah, I mean that we've talked about that before. I mean, my father is a very opinionated person, and a lot of times too, I would tell him like something like, you know, there's this potential for this job, and I swear he was mush. So when I decided that I was going to start my own business, I knew I had to do it quietly, away from everybody's opinions, and almost like an evil eye. Like they want you to fail, but it had to be like I had poetry and I had Jeff, and that was my little cocoon, and that was the end of it. But I mean, we have talked about that before. It's important that all you have to do is say, I believe in you. That's it. You don't have to agree with what I'm doing. I don't need that. You know, and if I fail at it, it's fine. I'm a big girl, right? You can just get up and start all over again.
Yeah.
But I mean, family support it's very important, even like monetarily. Like if
I agree.
you open up a clothing store, the first people to be there should be your family. They should buy
agree.
their clothes from you.
I and to add to that, I just don't necessarily think they understand as you're getting rolling and you have that vision in your mind and then you're trying to put it out there. I just don't think they know how much they need to support.
Yeah.
Poetry, how was it watching Mom through the startup process, the startup journey, and when she was up and rolling, you know, the first couple years, how was that watching Mom, and did it inspire you?
Yeah, it absolutely inspired me. It was incredible to watch her turn like this idea into what she has turned it into now, and I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of her.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I feel like you know, at the time, how old was I? I was maybe 17.
Well, when I started JVP,
Yeah, 17, 18.
2020,
2020.
you had just graduated
So I
high
was
school.
like,
I made my first dollar January 1st, 2021.
okay.
But I had been putting in the work before that, because you know how sometimes you have to put in a whole lot of free work before you get paid a single dollar. Not poetry. Poetry, like her business, she opened her doors and there were people lined up
Yeah,
to hand her money.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
No,
I
it's like sudden success.
yeah, I'm very
Accidental.
grateful for it though.
Like, if any viewers are watching and they want to start photography, how should they start up? Or what kind of equipment should they buy? Like, can you elaborate or break down any of that?
Yeah. Well, you definitely need a camera. It doesn't have to be the best of the best. Just any camera. Nikons are great. Nikons have a question mark button. Anytime you get into a function and you don't really understand what it is, you can just press the question button and it will explain it to you. That's how I learned photography. Get familiar with Lightroom, with editing software. It doesn't have to be super intimidating. You will get the hang of it. Just hang in there and then just shoot constantly. Ask people if you could take their picture. Shoot for free and keep shooting for free until You don't have to anymore. But the best thing that you can do is just pick up your camera and go every single day and just consistently working at it over and over and over again. And then one day you will be making a nice living. You can make a very nice living as a photographer.
I have a question for you, actually.
Yeah.
How was the editing process for you? Because that plays such a huge role in your business now.
Yeah, it was really intimidating because there's so many different things that you can tweak. You're basically creating your own, you have to create your own custom filter. One that it looks aesthetically pleasing, but that is different to every other photographer out there. It has to almost be your calling card. I was really almost like repelled by it in the beginning because of how intimidating it was. And then I just would tinker around with it over and over and over again. And I'm still learning. There are some great photographers on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Find people that are willing to educate you for free within 15 seconds. I mean, Reels are fantastic for that.
Right.
I found so many tips and tricks just on like 15-second reels from other photographers. So it's constantly being open to how can I make myself better? How are they doing it? Can I learn from their mistakes? Oh, that's a great idea. Let me try it. That didn't really work. Let me try it a different way. But just always being willing to grow and learn from your mistakes.
So any other equipment that you would suggest besides a camera or...
I mean, you need SD cards. You need a hard drive. You need a computer to edit software, to edit your photos. Although I do a lot of my editing on my phone. So, I mean, really the camera is just the camera and your ability to just go up to people that you don't necessarily know, or even people that are just your friends, just to ask them, can I take your picture? Would you guys show up at sunset? And can we take a few pictures? Let me be confident and figure out how to pose people, you know? And just the type of photography that you want to do. Yes, you can make, 6-7 figures as a wedding photographer. I could, but that's not what I want to do. So figure out what you definitely want to do and what you want to take pictures of, and then just do that, and then figure out how to make a comfortable income from what you're passionate about.
Yeah, I got a sound clip for that one. All right. I do want to ask, since your business is up and going, what's the most memorable moment that you have that you shared with the client that you'll always remember? Do you have any like memorable moments? And of course, I'm going to ask, do you have any horror stories as well?
Memorable moments are, it's probably every time I have a client that really does not love herself, that does not like herself, that does not like the way that she looks in the mirror or in photographs, and she's really, really critical. She'll let me know ahead of time. We have a great time on set, but she's still walking into image reveal. She still expects when I pull up all the pictures that she's not going to see a single picture that she likes. And it's when they see all of them and they love them so much and they start crying because they can't, I hear so often, that's me. Like, I can't believe that that's me. And we go through each picture and they let me know, yes, I love it. No, you can keep going. When it's a whole bunch of, yes, I love that one. Yes, I love that one. And they get so overwhelmed that they start crying because they can't believe that's them. That's amazing. That makes me really happy. And then a memorable experience.
Horror story. Like something like just, a client that you wish you never dealt with anymore. Or you wish you hadn't have took that client on. Something like that.
I mean, anytime I hear
And you don't have to name names.
no, I mean, I've been really, really lucky that all of my clients are like, they are chef's kiss. They are incredible. The 98% of them have been with me from the beginning, and I'm sure I hope to be taking pictures of them when we're in our 90s. But I mean, I have had a couple clients and a couple inquiries. As soon as I give them my rates and they tell me, what? I mean, I could go to JCPenney's and get a headshot for $99. I know in that instant, that's red flag. That's a hard pass, because if you were comparing one small business owner's rates living in Dunedin, Florida, to a corporation like JCPenney's, I already know that you're not valuing the quality of my work, and you're not valuing me as a small business owner. I let it go one time with a client, and it was just
Downhill from
there.
there.
It was like a mess. It was just nothing I could do was right.
How dare you?
I wish her well. But
Like I said, you
not
don't
in
have
my
to.
house.
You don't have to name names, but that's something in business that we all go through. Certain clients, and it's always the ones that you provide a discount, or
Yes.
your gut's telling you, I'll just do it, and then it's snowball effect.
Yep. Yeah, because the people that are looking for a discount,
They're gonna pick
oh
everything apart.
my goodness, it's ridiculous. Also, another thing that bugs me are ghosters.
Oh,
Like
a lot
people,
of those.
I just had that recently. So I just opened up, I did a flash sale on Halloween sessions, and I really only had a limited amount. And I had somebody that I've known for years, like she's a previous client, and we went back and forth. We picked out her date. I went through the whole process of sending her the contract, the invoice, which she signed. And then for a week, it was like, hey, there were only limited spots. Like, are you taking this one? No, zero communication.
This is reprehensible.
It's
This is
ridiculous.
despicable, disgraceful.
yeah.
I've been lucky. That was only the second time that I've ever had a client do that with the ghosting that I've known. It's like, I've known you. I thought we were friends. I thought we had a mutual respect here.
Poetry. I know your business is. You haven't. What, 4 or 5 months?
Oh
No,
no,
not even.
less. I opened in June.
And have you had any memorable or bad experiences?
I had one memorable moment recently with a client who I worked for previously. She was a client of my mom's as well before, but she's just amazing. She's a sweetheart. She came and brought me gifts for doing a project I had previously worked on for her, which it was the nicest gifts ever, to a T.
She's really thoughtful like that.
It was I was like, oh my gosh, how did you know that I like these things in the first place? It was just nail on the head. But and then we were going back and forth with different ideas for her content, and she said something along the lines of I love this. This is making me inspired to want to do this again. And I was like, that's it. That's the goal. That's what I want people to feel like when they're working with me, inspiration and collaborative. So that was an amazing moment. But so far, knock on wood, I haven't had any bad experiences yet.
Don't ask for discounts for anybody. You don't expect anybody to work for free. I feel like that's just, I don't ask anybody to work for free.
Yeah, no.
And especially your friends and your family, you don't ask for discounts.
I feel like those people often don't understand how much work goes into being a business owner.
So you wouldn't give family discounts?
I would, but you're not going to ask. You're not going to expect them. I mean, I have before. My cousin has needed headshots, and I just did them for her a couple times. And then another time, you know, she needed a larger branding session, and, you know, I worked within her budget. That's what I will say. I'll say, okay, what is your budget? But if you come at me asking for discounts, I guess it's just the way that it has to be the way that you come at me. Right?
Yeah, I feel like when people are entitled or they feel like they're owed that because you're family, that's when it's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And also, like, why wouldn't you want to support your family's business?
Yeah.
You know, that's like one of the biggest things you can do is buy their services. So when you're asking and expecting free stuff, it's kind of, I don't know, to me it seems like you don't really want to support me. You just want something from me.
Yeah. I see that a lot with my vendors.
Do you?
Yeah, because I put on these large markets in Clearwater, Florida. We take over the 500 and 600 block of Cleveland Street, and
Shout out the name again.
Girl Gang Pinellas. I mean, it's about 100 women-owned vendors selling goods and services. But I hear a lot of times from my vendors that, I mean, you know, you'll open up a clothing boutique and your family doesn't shop there. Your friends don't shop there. Your friends aren't even like as something as free as liking your post and sharing it on their stories. But it just doesn't, I don't understand.
Yeah. If I could do it all over again, when starting up my business, I would tell them the importance of the support, because your family, they go to work, they go to jobs, they don't see your vision. They could, you know, tell other people at their jobs and places of business that, you know, hey, my son or nephew, my cousin starting up this business, would you support? Because it's all about that kind of networking.
Yeah.
Would you agree on that? Or would you do that all over again?
What, to communicate to them?
To like family or extended family, the importance of support.
I don't know. I mean, the one side is Cuban, and they just like they talk more than they receive. So I don't really know. I feel like the support that I really needed when I needed it, I had it from poetry and from my former partner, Jeff. But I mean, with poetry, I mean, I am her biggest, I mean, all of her clients are my clients.
Yeah.
All of them?
Well, I'm trying to think of one that's not. I don't know if all of them are, but I wouldn't have connections with those people if it weren't for you.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And I'm very grateful for that. I don't even know where I would be if it weren't for you. I feel like a nepotism baby.
She is my little Nepo
I'm a
baby.
Nepo baby.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There isn't, you know, and
Oh.
I'm like so grateful for it. I never would have thought like little younger baby poetry didn't expect any of this. So
Yeah, plot
I think you
twist.
got to take advantage of the situation that you're in. Some people don't take advantage of them. There's a lot of Nepo babies out there that just feel entitled, right?
absolutely. And I feel like, you know, my upbringing did teach me how to work hard. So it's a good combination of the two.
Coffee or energy drink that you have to have that. Is it coffee or energy drink?
I used to be coffee, but now I'm energy drink.
I am a sucker for the new Red Bull flavors.
Oh, they're so good.
Juneberry.
No, I can't get into that one. I can't get into that one. What is mine? The strawberry apricot?
Strawberry apricot. My favorite is coconut berry. It's so good.
Yeah.
So refreshing.
Yeah.
Sugar-free over here. And coffee. Sugar-free Red Bull, coffee.
Okay.
Iced coffee.
Okay.
What about what song that hypes you up, gets you into the mood instantly? Do you have like a song that
The
gets
Boss
the
from
adrenaline?
James
adrenaline
Brown.
going?
The Boss
Brown.
from James Brown.
That is a good song.
That is my anthem.
Yeah.
And also anything Beyonce.
Anything
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah,
She-
I won tickets. I won a floor seat to go see her on the 16th.
How'd you win that?
I entered in a raffle. In one of my vendors, I put one ticket in. I bought her stuff because she was graduating college as just a little thank you because she likes this woman's products. So it wasn't initially me. I was runner up, but the first place winner couldn't go.
So you're Beehive.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Poetry. What about you? Song.
Hype songs. Honestly, I don't know why. I haven't listened to him in a while, but the other day I had to clean my entire house, and Drake really, like, had me hyped to clean my house.
Okay.
Like, I just was really in the mood. Like, old Drake, though.
Old Drake.
Like, his older songs.
Okay.
So good. So that had me ready to go.
09 Drake. 2010
Yeah,
Drake. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
Drake.
What about Jess? What about us?
Wait, what's your
Yeah,
song?
what's your hype song?
I forgot. I would say it has to be something Pac, but the one that just gets me is "Ambitions of a Rider" or "How Do You Want It." Those are my two favorite ones that are just gonna do it.
Okay.
Like if I got a busy day going into work, and I instantly put those on, and it's over.
Okay.
Conquering it.
Funny enough, my partner's like hype song is also a Tupac song, but it's hit 'em up. It's like the worst possible song you can use to get hyped.
Strong.
Yeah,
Hit 'em up strong.
it's like the whole song with like the beef between Pac and Biggie,
Ooh.
like that song.
See, I'm Team Biggie.
Really,
Yeah.
honestly, the more I looked into it, I'm Team Pac. Biggie was kind of R.I.P., but like he was kind of an a-hole to like women and like
I don't think they
people in
were
general.
both. I don't think.
Jess, that's because you're from East Coast. You're Team Biggie.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Tupac was. That's a beautiful man. Like that is a very good looking man, and he was an incredible actor. But I never really liked his music.
No?
I like that song that he did with Dre. I still remember that video.
California Love?
Yes, that song was amazing.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah.
I think everybody likes that song.
Yeah.
Has
You
to.
can't not like that
Yeah,
song.
it's a great song.
What about a song that's a soundtrack to your life? Either past life or is what got you here today or present? Like, is there a song that's the soundtrack to your life?
That's a really good question.
That is a fantastic question. I think that's something that I would have to deliberate on, and probably it would keep me awake some nights.
Like, that song got you over some hurdles, obstacles in life, or just that's a song you can throw on anytime.
I know mine.
What is yours?
I'm gonna say it's gonna sound really like silly,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say it's this one because we used to listen to it when I was growing up all the time, and it's just a song that has stuck with me and I can put on to this day. But it's Paper Planes by MIA.
Yeah.
We have some great memories.
Yeah.
And anytime I'm honestly in a bad mood and I play that song, I'm not in a bad mood. And I
Yeah.
remember
Is that the
those
one
memories.
Eminem's in?
No, it's like the one that's like I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you get
Oh,
me.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually remember the first time that I came down the Courtney Campbell. This was, I would say, I don't know, maybe 17 years ago. And it was the first time that I heard that song, and the first time I'm ever on the Courtney Campbell. And it was at sunset. I mean, it was just the most beautiful moment. And then I find myself in Dunedin. And it was like just this cosmic moment where I feel like that was the first time that I felt like I'm gonna live here. This is everywhere I'm going is to get me to this point, to get me back here. And it took me 15 years to move down to Florida and move to Dunedin, but yeah.
So I guess
So
that was a
Paper
really
Planes
good
is
Yeah.
in your arsenal too
Yeah.
for that jazz song.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
have a lot of different songs like
Yeah.
Vampire Weekend and
Yeah,
just
Frank
from a lot of-
Ocean.
Frank Ocean,
Nights
great one.
is Nights is probably one of my songs.
Okay, I like Nikes.
Okay.
That one's mine.
Yeah. What about you? What's the soundtrack?
Soundtrack to my life. It's another Pac song, My Block. That song, I can just. It's like, it just takes me back to some struggle times I had, to the in between times, and to the success times. So that song really does it to me, and I can just play it anytime, and it just always takes me back, or it keeps me going, because it's kind of like a reflection of where I came from to where I'm at now. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy that song. So.
Nice.
What about alcoholic drink of choice?
I think you're gonna say tequila.
Always tequila. I love me a good blanco. I do love Don Julio. I'm a bit of a tequila snob. You know what I do like? I do like Espelon.
Never heard of it.
It is it's a tequila, and it's really reasonably priced, and it's delicious. It's fantastic.
Yeah, tequila will put me on my ass, so no.
I sip it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Straight?
it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
neat, like room temperature. Just pour it in a glass.
Is it clear or dark?
Clear.
Okay, so you're a clear kind of girl.
Yeah, I like some reposado, but I like blanco. Yeah.
Poetry.
I like wine. I'm more of a wine gal. All kinds of wine. I'm not picky about red or white or, but yeah, that's probably my drink of choice.
Yeah, I'm going through this phase right now at Casatina. They make these
They're
mango
so good.
margaritas.
Mm-hmm. Good.
They're
so
delicious.
good.
You have to
Sugar
go
or
and get
salt
them.
on the rim?
I get sugar. She
I
gets salt.
like salt. Yeah. What's your favorite drink?
My favorite is, I'm just a whiskey guy now.
Okay.
Crown Apple. Any kind of whiskey, and I like it cold. Just sip on it. Probably because my father-in-law is a good old boy out in the country, so he just turned me on the whiskey years and years ago, and that's it. I gotta have some whiskey.
Nice.
What about favorite movie?
Oh,
Don't say
I
Titanic.
always know we are what you would call
A
cinephile.
cinephiles.
We are obsessed with movies. Like maybe her is, I don't know if it's healthy or not. I don't know if her obsession is.
Not
course it's
series.
healthy.
We're gonna get to your favorite Netflix series. But
No, like,
movie. Favorite movie
movie.
of all
Like
time.
that's a very serious
It is
question for us.
Yeah, because I mean, is it my? Okay, so, that's tough. I think there was a French film, Amélie, that
That's a good
Oh
movie.
my god, it's so good. I love that so much with Audrey Tautou, and the soundtrack was just incredible. I do love Alejandro Inarritu. I did really like The Revenant.
That's a good movie too.
Yeah. What about you, Poe?
Ooh. I really liked Beasts of the Southern Wild.
Oh,
That's a
my
movie that just stuck
God.
with me. It's an incredible movie.
Oh my goodness.
Like every element.
And your favorite Netflix series.
So it has to be like from Netflix. Like Netflix produced it.
No. It
Or
could just be
they just
on
had it on
Yeah, it could
Netflix.
be on Netflix.
Penny Dreadful was on Netflix at one point, so you can say that one.
Yeah, but Penny Dreadful was I believe it was a Showtime series. I don't know. I wonder if The Outsider was on Netflix.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know either.
That's a tricky.
What about Sense8? Was that on Netflix?
Or
I thought that was
just favorite
HBO.
series in general.
Favorite series in general.
We'll do that. Make it broad.
Well, Penny Dreadful was incredible.
Penny Dreadful is
Yeah,
amazing.
they broke our hearts with only
Oh
3
my
seasons.
gosh.
Kind of shows do you like?
I like Game of Thrones.
Oh
Yeah, that's a good one.
Game of Thrones is good. I like anything medieval just because of how I grew up. You know, my dad we lived in England for 4 years.
What?
Stationed over there, seeing all the castles and stuff like that. So I don't know. Now that I grow up, I like medieval stuff for some reason.
Very cool.
That's
Yeah. State that you haven't been to that you would like to visit in the near future?
There is a lot of them. I would love to go to Oregon. I would love to go to New Orleans. I would love to go see just somewhere with whales, maybe California.
How did you say that?
California. I would love to go see. I want to go see whales.
Why'd you do that to her?
Because it was cute.
Yeah.
It was funny. I'm sorry.
What kind of state? Where do you want to go?
California.
Say it again, Jess.
Such a jerk.
Say
Say
it
it again.
again.
Just say it one more
No,
time.
say it again.
No,
No, it was
No, it
different.
was
Say it
You
again.
guys are so mean.
No.
Just say it again.
California.
Okay, now you said it normal.
No, yeah, you said.
You didn't say it with your accent.
California.
California.
It was different.
Hey, Shoki Jesus. All right, what state do you want to go to?
You stole mine.
What, Oregon?
Portland. I
Yeah.
want to go to Portland, Oregon. So unbelievably bad. I would love to live there. That's where, like, if I could probably live anywhere, I would probably live there. Also, California.
You didn't say it right.
California. Louisiana, New Orleans.
Yeah.
I honestly would like to visit Chicago, Illinois. And I think that's really it. I mean, we're from like Northeast, so we've already pretty much like seen all of that and
Yeah.
what that has to offer. But yeah, those are some other places I'd like to go. Washington too. Seattle.
A country that you would want to go to in the near future.
Amsterdam, Italy,
I would love to go to Cuba,
Cuba. Yeah, that's a good one.
Brazil.
Brazil, Costa Rica. It's another one. I don't know. I just want to go see all. I want to go like backpacking in Europe.
Yeah.
I would love to see all of the beautiful places there, like Greece and.
Is there anything in the near future that you want to maximize in your business? Like, is it advertising more on social media, or is there anything that you want to add to that you want to get better at?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm always learning and growing. One thing that I would love to add in my business in the future is web building, web design. I love the design portion. And what, you're making a face?
You can do it. I hate it.
I just love, it's so fun because I feel like I'm a very creative person, but when it comes to painting and like putting, you know, my ideas onto like paper, it just never looks the way I want it to. But digitally, I'm always able to create things exactly how I imagine them to be, and it's just very satisfying. So yeah, that's one thing I would love to add. But I'm always like, I love learning, and there's always room for growth. And yeah, I'm very thankful. There's been a lot of other social media agencies that have like just given me advice and helped me out, and it just makes me so happy to see other businesses in my industry not look at my business from a competitive stance and look at it from more of like a, I learned this, and like, let me teach you how to do it so like you don't have to go through that. And yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, we're lucky that the majority of the women in our community are amazing. They're incredible. I don't think that I probably would have brought poetry out in front of everybody if they weren't just amazing women. But a lot of us have just this abundance mentality of there are enough clients to go around. We don't gatekeep information. Like, we're happy to, like, if you're just starting out, like, sure, like, let me just tell you what, you know, I know. If you need business advice, you know, we're happy to exchange that kind of information. But yeah, she's done She's done really well for herself. I'm so proud of her.
Thank you.
I can tell.
For myself, I think business goals, I would like to, at least as far as the Girl Gang Pinellas, I think I would like to start getting maybe some sponsors as I phase out of sponsorship from the Downtown Development Board in Clearwater. They have been extremely supportive, very, very generous, but I think as the years go on, I'm going to have to find private sponsors. I would also love to find space to hold 500 vendors. Because for the last market on March 5th, I must have turned away 200 to 300 women that wanted to join us, and I want everybody that wants to come to be like, yeah, of course, like come and hang out, have a good time, be a part of the gang. Also, and then finding an actual team to deal with 500 vendors, and then maybe as far as the photography side, finding some associate photographers. It will be my business, but I'll send other people out to jobs and kind of build a little company there. Yeah. Maybe her and I will start a little branding business.
Dude,
Mama
that'd
and
be
Poe,
awesome.
brand your business.
I'm down.
Okay.
Well, I want you to tell the viewers again where to find you on social media, and go ahead and give them your handles and your business names again as we close out.
You can find my website, justvegasphotography.com, on the interweb, and then on the Instagram, you can find me, my photography page at Jess Vegas, VEGUEZ photography. My boudoir account is at JVP_boudoir. And then my the Girl Gang is at girlgang.pinellas on Instagram.
And you can find my business, Digital Duckling. You can find it on Google. My website is digitalduckling.co. And my Instagram handle is digital.duckling. And then Facebook, it's currently Poe Vegas.
I really appreciate everybody from coming on.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you for having
G.
us.
No problem. Appreciate it.